Okay, dear friends, I'm back. In this episode, I'll be looking at the machine of Bashert on the Hackthebox. As you can see, I have already spawned this machine earlier, and this is the IP address of this machine, which is 68. And in this video, I'd like to use the Pentesting, which is online payload OS provided by the Hackthebox to do this penetration. Before we begin today's video, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. This will help me very much. I do appreciate your help and support. So without further ado, let's just get started. So now we can switch over to Hackthebox viewer or GUI application of the payload OS. As you can see, I have already done the Nmap scanning with the options like scene scan, the virtual scan, the default script scan, and also the comprehensive scan or full range port scan. In some case, this option is very important. Otherwise, you will not identify or recognize the port number. I mean the very big port number. So from the Nmap scanning results, as you can see, there is only one open port, which is 80 running HTTP service and also the actual version information. And this is the Apache 2. And there is title, but this doesn't matter at all. So now what we are going to do next is to do emulation for this application. So now let's open up our browser and put the IP address of the target. Hit enter. As you can see, and I think this some sort of the introduction about PHP bash, but this will not give them very much help on the penetration. And also you can check the source code of this page, but this page doesn't contain any sensitive information. And go back to our page, home page. Also, although there's some looks like links, but they are not working at all. So what we are going to do next, we need to use some tools for the furthermore emulation. For example, like a queue, and to retrieve the page. Yeah, as you can see, we have already retrieved the page, but again, nothing special. And also give us some like a server, but nothing interesting here. Next, we need to use some tools to help us to do the emulation. I mean the web application emulation. The first tool I'd like to use, as always, is lateral. Let's hit enter. The lateral is one of my favorite tools at the stage of the web application emulation. As you can see, because it not only reviews some misconfigurations, some vulnerabilities, but also can tell some like common files or directories which we can utilize. Here we got the config file. We can check on that config, but nothing returned, or the blank page. Now we can go back to our lateral. As you can see, very important directory, which is dev. Dev means development. Dev. Yeah, there is two files, and we click the second one, PHP bash. I think this is some sort of the web shell, and we can run the command like id, and also we can, for example, like print working directory. But I don't like the web shell. I'd like to spawn the normal shell, and so we can use different ways. Like we can use of course, we need to set up the listener first. Sudo press enter, and we can check different ways. For example, of course, we need to check whether the netcat is on the target. Yeah, netcat is there, and we can use the bin bash as option, and the IP address of the payload OS, and the port number. But it failed. We cannot execute. So I have already opened up this website of this one, or you can use the Pentest monkey. In such websites, we can find some different ways to get reverse shell by Python, by Java, by PHP, or the batch itself. And I tried the first way, the bin bash, but it doesn't work. And I tried to use this one, not this one. I also tried to run, maybe I can open up the Pentest monkey reverse shell. Not this one. I don't like this one. Yeah, this one is what I'm looking for. Yeah, I tried the first way, which doesn't work, and also tried this one. Didn't work as well. But the Python, we can use the Python to obtain our reverse shell. And but of course we need to check the version of the Python. We can go back to our web shell. I think should be here. Which Python? Yeah, Python 2 exists on the target. And I have already copied the command of this reverse shell. So I just make the copy of the whole line and go back to our web shell and paste. And because we have already set up the listener on the payload OS or attacking machine, we just hit enter. Now we can go back to our terminal. As you can see, we have already got the reverse shell originated from the target, and we can make it interactive. Python pty spawn method and bin bash spawn the bin bash. I forgot single quote pty spawn module bin bash. Okay, and now what we are going to do next is to make some local immersion. We can navigate to the home directory. From here, we can know that there are two normal users, the Alexel and the script manager. And we can go to the first one. Now we can get the user flag. Here, without any problem. So how to make lateral movement? The first thing we can check is sudo. We can run all commands without supplying the password to make lateral movement to this user. So we can sudo, but we must specify username as script manager and bin bash. As you can see, we have already changed the shell to the script manager, and now we can cut the content. We have already obtained the user flag. The next objective for us is to elevate our privilege to the root user or make a lateral movement to another user, another normal user. Anyway, now we need to do some more local immersion. Under the root directory, there is one subdirectory, scripts, which looks a bit weird, because in the normal Linux system there isn't directory like this one. So we can go inside this directory and list the content. So as you can see from here, of course I need to because I didn't remove my history. We can copy the test py test. Now I have recovered to the original state, except this one. We can remove the test py back, and now we can list the content. This is the original state when you do this preparation with this machine. So from the timestamp, as you can see, maybe and also the test.txt is owned by the root user. We can cut the root test.txt. Just a very simple string, test 1 2 3, and we can cut the test py. And I think this Python script does very simple task. Just open and write content or data into this file. And this file belongs to or is owned by the script manager, which is our current user. So next we need to upload the PSPY64 to see what's going on. From the perspective of processes. And we can navigate to temp directory. We can open up another tab. I have already prepared this binary, and we can upload to target. Let's hit enter. Then we can use the wget utility to download this binary or two PSPY, and then we can make it executable, and we can run. The PSPY64 tool is very useful. Can list all processes, even doesn't have the root privilege. So we can scroll up to see which kind of processes looks a bit suspicious. Let's scroll down. As you can see, this Python test py emerges. So it means that there is some sort of the cron job running at the background. So next I'd like to interrupt, but of course we need to get this normal shell again we can go back to our web shell, and we can make a copy of this line, and then we can ID, and we can paste in here. And now we can go back to our terminal. Yeah, we have already got the reverse shell, and I just do it quickly because we have already done it earlier. pty spawn. Okay, and we can sudo and sudo script manager bin bash, and then we need to go to the scripts directory. We need to manipulate the test.py. So we just write the another reverse shell command. I mean, not a command, just Python code, and get another shell. And this time we can get the shell which is running by root user. We can open up another tab and set up another listener. But this time the port number would be different. And so we just reuse this one, but we do not need the Python because this will be included in the Python script. So we just make a copy and then go back to our terminal. We can echo and write to test.py. Yeah, no problem. So I think the cron job will run, as you can see from here, will run this command Python and run this Python script. Because we have already modified the content of this test.py, and we'll run all codes like import socket, and we'll make a reverse shell. Now we can go to the, yeah, as you can see, we have already spawned a new shell. And from the banner, we can know that we are running as root user. Then we can navigate to root directory. Then we can get or retrieve the root flag without any issue. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this machine of the. So what's the name of this machine? The Bashit. Okay, so I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.